Hello and welcome to this session of Talking Tech, Women and Girls in ICT. My name is Omo-Idonije Esther, and I am delighted to be having a discussion about tech and tech careers with my interviewee, Federica. She's a digital rights enthusiast and the co-founder and project leader of a social project about data literacy for Spanish-speaking people. Talking Tech is a series celebrating girls and women. It's being recorded around the world between Girls in ICT Day 2020 and Girls in ICT Day 2022. Girls in ICT Day is an international day marked on the fourth Thursday of each April. The objective is to create a global environment that encourages young women to consider studies and careers in the field of ICT, information and communication technologies. The Talking Tech series is brought to you by the ITU, UNICC, and the Office of the UN Secretary General Envoy on Youth, and is in the support of Equals, the Global Partnership for Gender for Equality in the Digital Age. Hi, I'm Esther, and thank you for joining me today. So to kick things off, Federica, would you like to introduce
Yes,
tell
of
us
course.
a little bit about your current job?
It's okay. My name is Federica. I'm based in Dominican Republic. I'm half Italian and half Dominican. I'm a lawyer, and I work in a social security field. But in my free time, I'm a digital rights enthusiast, and I work and volunteer for several initiatives related to mainly to digital rights and the internet governance sphere, especially in Latin America and the Caribbean. I started my journey in this field in 2016 when I received a fellowship sponsored by Internet Society called the Youth at IGF, and I had the chance to join the Internet Governance Forum that that year was held in Mexico, and I also received some courses about internet governance. So that's when I started being involved in technology, and specifically in how can I say that, in those laws and regulations related issues that are related to technology. Then I kept being in the ecosystem through other fellowships. For example, I've been a Next Gen Fellow for ICANN, but also I am the co-founder and project leader of Embajadores de Internet. In Spanish, in English would be Internet Ambassador, which is a social project that addressed to Spanish-speaking people, because internet governance and all these things related to technology, in some occasions, are only treated in, or we only can find documents in English. And in some of the cases, those documents are pretty technical, and the few reports or material you can find in other languages, specifically Spanish, which is my second native language, it's pretty difficult to read. So me as a lawyer and my friends that are the other co-founders found these little issues, and we wanted to make the difference. So that's why we started how we started this project. We have done several. We hosted several sessions about issues like content moderation online in platforms and events, like RightsCon or the Mozilla Festival, and we share several material related to data literacy, obviously in Spanish. And we also launched some campaigns. For example, last year we had some interviews. We did some interviews to women in Latin America that are involved in ICTs. And this year we are working on something similar, but with youth people of Latin America and the Caribbean that are involved in internet governance related issues.
Okay, thank you so much, Federica. I have named you the inclusivity superhero. Like, you are so inclusive, you are so concerned, you are so given to the cause. So I think you deserve the title for Northern America, the Caribbean. So yeah, I think you answered like most of the questions I was going to ask. So my question is, what do you like best about your job? Like, what sets your soul on fire every single day when you come to work?
Well, my work specifically is related to social security. So I'm involved in technology, mainly with pro bono causes or initiatives, like volunteering for an NGO focused on digital rights based in Panama that works with Central American countries, but also the Dominican Republic. But I also had the chance to work in some projects like the first national dialogue for citizens about the future of internet that is sponsored by the foundation, the NGO Mission Publique, which is based in Berlin. So even though I am mainly volunteering, or maybe technology is not the main part of my job, I feel really satisfied that I am, how can I say that I do things that I love. So there is passion in what I do, and the fact that all these initiatives that I had the chance to coordinate make the difference. So it's something that you can feel. It's like, okay, I'm working on something that is changing some bias, or it's involving more people in internet governance. Because I started this journey definitely not knowing anything about it, because in university you don't have assignments maybe related to internet governance. And me as a lawyer, for example, I've never received some assignment like digital rights, or I don't know,
Yes.
ethical issues about artificial intelligence. So I truly understand the need to do these steps to involve more people on these things. So what I like the most is that. And actually, I'm planning to change a little bit my career path and to be more involved in technology, especially through digital rights related things. So maybe in the future, how can I say that? Volunteering helped me understand what I truly like and how I want to shape my career.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so I love how you answer your questions. They're always so mind-opening. God. So my next question, have you encountered any challenges along the way? And if so, how did you overcome them?
First of all, I think the first challenge is like to find a way to get involved in technologies, because in some occasions, women, people around us, people around women don't support us when we want to know more about, I don't know, coding in artificial intelligence, or the connection between laws and regulations and new technologies. So I think the first challenge is just like to break this wall, maybe, and to say, hey, look, I'm a woman, but yes, I want to be an engineer. I want to work, I don't know, I want to code or know more about robotics or whatever. All these things that for a long time I've been seeing just for men, which is not true. Other challenges are maybe also related to the fact that even if you finally succeed to have an engineer career or things like that, maybe in your work job, in your work environment, you're not treated equally, or maybe it's more difficult for you to grow professionally. These are mainly the challenges, you know, this like, okay, you're here, but you always find some difficulties, some challenges related to the fact that she's a woman and she's in this career where the majority of employees or students are men. So and that's why women are always pushed to work more.
Yes.
Like we have to work more to be considered, to be respected. So but fortunately these things are starting to change. More and more people are starting like considering us as just colleagues, because my gender, the gender how can I say that? My gender doesn't define my capacities, or my strengths, my weaknesses, or how I work. Challenges maybe are related to this fact, you know, the difficulties and people around you that maybe doesn't support you because an engineering career is more for men, or coding, you're strange or whatever, things like that. And also maybe the fact that as women we are pushed to do more to be respected, as I said before, and all these things can cause some burnout and feeling overwhelmed, stressed, maybe, you know. So taking care of our mental care, mental health, and also our body, because burnout obviously affects our immune system and so on, is also pretty important.
Thank you very much. So I think I'm done with my questions.
Yes. I would like to ask you some questions, because according to what the staff told me about you, you work in the user research field or something like that. Am I wrong?
I actually work as a product designer, but I'm very, very interested in the user research part. Like I work as a product designer, but I prefer to just sit and do research all day, you know.
Yeah, actually it's pretty fine the way that how technologies and law itself are connected to what you do, because I think there is a fact. Maybe when people think about women in ICTs, they immediately think about engineers, which is true. But I think we should also involve women with more maybe traditional careers, because at the end, for example, you're a product designer, really. So maybe you use the technologies to know more about the bias of your users, or to plan a better way to know how to shape better products for the users. But maybe those the technology tools you're using, they should accomplish with some regulations and things like that, you know. Maybe if you use artificial intelligence, this artificial intelligence you're using, those codes that are using to program this, to develop this application you could use, they should be based in ethics and digital rights, you know, because human rights are digital rights. Or sorry, sorry, it's the opposite. Digital rights are human rights, you know. So you cannot develop a product that maybe threaten someone's. I was reading about, for example, a product to lose weight that was sold as a toy for kids. People on the web pushed, made a lot of pressure to remove this product, because this product was obviously threatening. How can I say? It was spreading hate against people who have more weight or less weight, you know. And also maybe how can I say that? the law itself and the regulation and good practices could be really definitely used in order to design good products for focused on the user itself in the right way. So I think it's important to count that technologies, laws are they have a sort of a connection, not only on the human rights and digital rights sphere, but also in the fact that everything we develop or the data we collect, the way it's treated, or I don't know, or how you use it, if third parties will be able to access to this data you are collecting. All these things are related to technologies and law itself. So also lawyers should be more prone to learn about technologies, because definitely this is the present and also the future.
Yes, I totally agree. Honestly, law and research is super important, not just for digital rights, but like every other thing.
I would like also to know more about how you get in touch with the technology sphere itself. Was it through your job, or you had some other experience, like, I don't know, courses or trainings or at the university? Because me, my case, as I told you, I had to learn it through those fellowships I had the chance to attend, that I get in touch with thanks to my friends, actually. But in your case, how did you discover these interests in ICTs in general?
Okay, so I actually got into, my friend told me about it, first of all. I was talking to him. I didn't have a job at that time. I didn't have money. So I spoke to him that, I need something to do. And he said, well, how about you try product design? So I started taking a course. He gave me a course to take on Udemy, which I started taking. So, not long after I got an actual job, I was working in an advertising agency, but my contract was for 3 months. However, working there really shaped my mind, because we used to do a lot of research, to come up with strategies, for advertising campaigns. So that's when I discovered that I really enjoyed research a lot, because I would, tell my team that, what, don't worry, I would handle the research part of it. I will bring the numbers to you, because research will really like give you to give you insight into the big idea you're going to create. Okay, so because I realized that research will really give you insight into the big idea you're going to bring for the campaign. So, after 3 months, my contract expired. So I decided to go back to product design. And I got my first job in January, which was just as a freelancer. Actually, I haven't gotten a full-time role. I'm still working as a freelancer, so I'm still trying to explore other things. Since I love research so much, I'm trying to see if I could be a research analyst. Just trying to spread my wings, not really like putting myself in one position. Trying to say, okay, I like this, and when I finally find something, I already like research. When I find something really when I feel like I'm ready to settle, I really settle. But right now, I work as a freelancer, as a product designer, a freelance product designer. So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think most of the career related to this field, most of the time, they can start as being, some part-time or freelance contract. Also because in some occasions, or well, most of them, I talk to myself, as my experience and other friends. In some occasion, for example, we see that these organizations are based outside our countries or in other continents, mainly, I don't know, Northern America or Europe. So, the best way also for legal reasons, it's maybe to be a freelance. And I've seen some friends that also had the chance to switch and from freelancers to employ itself, as a contract. contractor. But since you are spreading your wings, I think it's the best. It's a good idea to keep being a freelancer, because you have like some freedom also, and also this type of contract is very suitable for people who want to travel around the world, some like nomadic traveler or something, things like that.
Yeah.
Which is pretty common. So yes, I truly understand. Actually, if you see some job openings, I don't know, like the 80% it's remote, especially now, or remote and being freelancer, especially now with the pandemic itself. I think the ideal job is that one where that makes you feel happy because you're doing something you're passionate about,
Yeah.
and that gives you good benefits. Benefits are not only related to money. Benefits could be also, I don't know, a flexible schedule, the possibility to work from anywhere, or also the opportunity to travel, professional growth, and also growing as a human being. Because for me, for example, it's really important to be in a healthy work environment, that treats you with respect and consider you to grow as a person and also as a professional. And at the end, yes, I think if it's that's what you want, you will find the way to mix or to have a balance between working on what you like and have the opportunity to travel. Hopefully this pandemic will finally end and things will be better in the whole world, so we will be able to start or keeping our old dreams or aims, because for example, me also, as I said, I started with pro bono, with volunteering and things like that. But at the end, for example, I had the chance to create a sum of network, doing some networking. So I had the chance to get paid freelance project all around, this years from 2016, cooperating with as I said, with the first citizen dialogue about the future of the internet here in Santo Domingo, or to do some researches for some NGOs, or at the end, step by step, what I define as a hobby or a passion is start being a sort of career, maybe parallel to the one I have in the social security field. But actually, as I said, I'm planning and I'm doing I'm doing. I'm taking the right steps to finally change my career and to be more involved in the internet governance issues and technologies in general.
Yeah. Well, I think, I think now that you said you were taking the right steps to make a career switch, well, I am actually I started taking some online courses. I reached out to some people on LinkedIn on how I could, make the switch. Or I also asked, could I help you out on a project, just to get the feel once again, because there's nothing like a real life experience. Real life experience is everything. So I started doing that, although I haven't really had time to really do a lot of research work, because I've had a lot of freelance gigs in recent time, so I'm not trying to overburden myself. Yeah, but I'm looking. I've been thinking. I need to take out time and really check. Oh, is there something for me in research? Being a researcher. So be more intentional. Yeah, so I'm looking to take that break soon. I have a target. So once I get there, I'm taking time off. No contracts, no projects. Just focusing on this. I want to see. I like this when I worked at advertising. Will I like it? Do I like it in tech? So I think that's those are the steps I'm taking. Yeah.
Being intentional, it's something you said, something really important. Being intentional. because you have to, as you said, like discover, or you have to know your target, what you want to do, no, not just like applying to all the job openings, or taking every course you see. No, because these things will only waste your energy. So being intentional also means to use your energy correctly. Okay, this is my target. This is something that fits with what I want to do. Okay, I will take it. I will try it. I will apply to this course or apply to this job opening. See, that's really important. And I think also being intentional, and also never forget how that productivity also means to rest. What I mean, as a woman, and unfortunately we find ourselves working very hard, more time, with more pressure, because unfortunately, to be respected or to be heard, that's what society has taught us since we were a kid, to always do more, work more, be more, to be respected and heard. But I think nowadays women are discovering and finally realizing that being overproductive is not a synonym of being successful. Overproductivity just causes overwhelming burnout, stress, diseases, etc. So we have to stop feeling guilty if one day we are like, okay, I have 5 tasks, but I cannot do only 2 because I'm too tired. Rest helps, having some self-care time, having 20 minutes of your day to do some yoga, meditation, read a book you like, having a coffee with a friend, call your mom, go for a walk. It's just something that helps you like have a reset and finally come back to your work with more energy. We have to stop feeling guilty when we want to rest and we don't want to because, oh, I have too many things to do. I have a really tight schedule. No. It's way much better to have a couple of hours like with no social media, just resting, doing nothing, and then coming back with more energy. And that's something I'm still learning, as I told you when we had the chance in the past to talk. Because I'm always doing something, I like studying, reading, traveling, working. But last year I found myself with a really tight schedule that at the end I felt drained. And okay, I finished all my tasks correctly and I did a good work, but maybe if I would have been less overproductive, I would be happier, maybe, and I would have more time to rest. Rest is important. Self-care time is important. Leaving, say to your employer, hey, I will take 15 minutes because I need to stop because I cannot think very well. It's important. It's very important for us because especially with this pandemic, we are all facing a lot of mental health issues, and that's my recommendation for you. In some occasion, I can imagine that we all feel like, I don't know, I think I'm not in the right path. I think I'm not doing enough. I should do more. Maybe in that time, what you should do is just like leave everything, clear your mind, journaling, meditating, just rest, and this will help you like to come back again, maybe with other ideas that will help you to have to work better, because it's not working. The fact is, I believe in working smarter, not harder.
So I have a question. So you've been in this field for so long, not so long, but I can call it long enough. What advice would you give to younger women and girls looking to venture into tech?
Well, first of all, don't let anyone convince you to give up, because a lot of people will say that this career are just for men, or maybe you will find some injustice, like people that don't treat you equally because you're a woman. Don't let these people make you feel less, because you are not, first of all.
Yeah.
Second one, the ICT technologies in general are a really huge field. We have a lot of things: digital rights, regulations, infrastructures, I don't know, applications, marketing, emerging technologies. There is a bunch of stuff. Maybe today you will be more interested in how technologies can help you on having more sales or in developing better products, and tomorrow you will be more interested in another field. Don't be afraid to explore, to ask, to network. Try to sign a newsletter that give you information about what's going on in your country or in your region. Try to be on events online, offline, to join them, to know people. Don't be afraid to ask for advices, to contact someone in LinkedIn or in every network you want. I have a sort of motto that it's like, in English would be like, I will never die if someone refuses what I ask or what I offer. It would be something like, don't be afraid to reach someone, to send your CV, even though this enterprise has no job openings, because a no or a refuse or a no never let no one die or be injured. You will just like try another plan. If plan A doesn't work, you have B, C, D, and the whole alphabet. Okay. So that's what I mainly recommend. And also, don't be afraid of volunteering or to apply to some internship or something not remunerated. Okay, money is important, but me, for example, I started with volunteering and things not remunerated, and then this network I had the chance to develop started calling me for some consultants, for some specific project where I received some benefits. So you always have to also give some space to this volunteering initiative, because as we receive good things, we have to serve, to maybe share our knowledges with people that maybe cannot afford a course, or maybe do a research for a organization that in the past helped you, through courses and things like that. So, don't think always and only about the money. We have to be, grateful of the chances we have. For example, me, I had the opportunity to be in several fellowships. So, for example, this year, I've been mentored for the youth at IGF Ambassador, sponsored by Internet Society. So I've been mentored for one of the guys that been as ambassador. And in the past, in 2016, I've been the fellowship was something similar to this ambassador program. So I'm just like giving what I received from them, So I think that's really important.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You are, oh God, honestly, I after our interview yesterday, rehearsals, I was telling my friends that, oh my God, I found a new role model to add. This conversation has been so insightful, and today, how you were able to talk about being intentional to not just doing the right things, but also like making sure your time is allocated properly. Thank you so much, Federica. I'm so excited. God.
You're welcome. I'm very happy, William. This project, Talking Dutch, it's wonderful. I wish I could have seen something similar maybe when I started in 2016. So I really wish you good luck in everything you do or everything you want to do. I know you will succeed. And on the net, you can find a lot of sources and events and organizations. And actually, please don't hesitate to call or to write to me, and I can share with you some important sources that you can find interesting.
Yeah, definitely. It clearly shows that you love to help people, you love to give back, you love to speak up for people who can't. Like, it shows so well. I mean, we've not known each other for long, but if someone asked me to talk about you, those are the things I would say about Federica. She loves to help out, she loves to give back. And I think that's such a beautiful personality. So I think we've come to the end. Thank you so much once again. And yeah, I can't wait to see this recording. I know it's going to be a small part, but yeah, I'm going to get to see your beautiful face again.
Thank you very much, Esther. I really appreciate. And as I said before, don't be afraid to shape your own career path in technologies, in product development. I really found it very interesting. And I really hope that you, after this interview, you will look a little bit more about regulation related maybe to all these tools you use or the data collection that maybe is related to those focus groups you develop maybe for the product design and things like that, because at the end ICT and law are really, really, really close.
Yeah, definitely. After yesterday, how I saw how passionate you were about internet governance, I, did a little research, just I was reading about it, and I was like, wow. I mean, I have always known, because in product design, we have something called accessibility. Yes, but I think people don't really take it serious. I mean, we say, okay, make sure the color is good, make sure it's legible, but we're not talking the language, it's taken seriously. Well, if you don't put pressure, they can flout the rules. So yeah, we're happy to have people like you put us in check. So thank you very much. I think I'm leaving the call now. Yeah, I'll definitely text you just to check in and when I need help too. Yeah,
you're welcome.
The world. Bye.
Bye, see you.